welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie and today I'm here to do my September 2020 TBR. Holy cow, it's already September. I know I say that like every single month, but this year is flying by in the blink of an eye, even with everything going on in the world with coronavirus and everything. With September, I made my TBR short. And by short, I mean I only have 5 books on it. And that's for a multitude of different reasons. Number one is I am starting school just a couple of days from when I'm filming this video. On the 9th of September, I start my courses for my last semester at my current college. So that'll be exciting. That'll be taking up a ton of my time. Number 2 is I am going to be starting my preparation for NaNoWriMo, which is happening in November. I'll be taking September and October to start outlining my project and everything. So that's going to take up a lot of time. And of course, work, being an essential employee, will also be taking up a lot of my time. So the books I chose this month are short-ish. One is a big chunky book. I plan on reading that in increments throughout the month. I'm also doing a project I started doing last year during the month of September of 2019, which is called Stephen King September, where I try to read as many Stephen King books as I can in 1 month. Last year I did not do well at all. It's not really a readathon, it's just more like a reading project I do for myself. I have 3 books by Stephen King on this TBR. So I'll be focusing on those, and the other 2 are just for fun. So welcome Rambling 95, let's jump right in and get started. I'm going to start off with the Stephen King books I have on my TBR. Like I said, I only have 3, but I do plan on reading more as the month goes on. The first one I'll notice, let's start off with the biggest book on my TBR. That is The Stand by Stephen King. Like I said, this is a book I had started at one point, but got like 60 pages into it and never completed. And this book is also on my top 10 to read in 2020 list, which I'll link that video in the cards for you guys. There's also another book on this TBR that I will be mentioning in a second. This is a dystopian novel, a adult dystopian that is actually following a pandemic and a cult-like leader, I believe. That's all I really know about it. I heard there's a really great villain in this story, which I'm a sucker for villains. This is over 1,200 pages long. I did try to break it down at one point, I think, for the reading rush, but I'm probably going to break it down even further so I can spread it out throughout the entire 30 days. So that is book number 1 by Stephen King. The book that is on my top 10 to read in 2020 list is On Writing, again, by Stephen King. This is a book my professor recommended to me when I took a creative writing class a couple semesters ago. And everybody I know who is a writer says this is fantastic. I have been meaning to read this ever since I started writing my different writing projects, and ever since I took that class. I have my own copy. I am going to read this in preparation for NaNoWriMo. It's all about Stephen King and his writing journey, and I hope it gives me a lot of inspiration and motivation to continue on with my own writing project. And the last Stephen King book I have on this TBR for now is The Green Mile, and this is one that I heard is gonna make me cry, which Stephen King isn't known for writing very emotional books, but this isn't a thriller like his typical genre. This is a contemporary, I believe, set in a prison, and I believe there is a man who is accused of murder, and he falsely accused, and this is about the truth coming out and everything. And again, I've heard that this is a very emotional read. I heard nothing but great things about it. I heard great things about the book, but even better things about the movie. So we'll see what I think. Next, we are moving on to the books that are not Stephen King books that are on my TBR. The first one of those is Keeper of the Lost Cities by Sharon Messenger. This is a middle grade fantasy series. This is a genre I have read a ton of. I've read multiple middle grade series. A lot of them are my favorites of all time. And again, I want to read more of it. This is one that Regan Over Peru's Project has talked very, very highly of, along with other booktubers like Kristen Over Super Spaceship has read it and loved it as well. And I really want to dive into it because, again, I really want to read more middle grade. I've obviously read the big names like Harry Potter and Percy Jackson, 2 of my favorite series of all time. And again, I want to read more. This is following our main character, Sophie, who has the power to read minds, and she finds out she's an elf, and that's basically all I know. There's a boy obviously involved, and I heard this gives you very similar vibes to Harry Potter, which, I mean, sign me up, I guess, because I will always love Harry Potter, but I won't go on that tangent. J.K. Rowling can burn the pits of hell, but Well, we'll talk about that another time, but I really hope I love this. So excited to dive in. The final book on my TBR before we do my TBR jar pick for the month is going to be the chapter by chapter book club book of the month for the month of September, and that is the Goodreads group I run over on Goodreads. The link is always down below, and that is Star Daughter by Shifta the Car. I am probably butchering that name. I am so sorry, but this is a book I've actually already started. I'm literally 5 pages in. But this is a book I got in my Owl Crate box. I've heard very great early reviews of this, so that's what really has me hyped up. It is a YA fantasy inspired by Hindu mythology. There's something about the celestial court. I believe our main character, her mother was like a star. That's what I read in like the first couple of pages, is something along those lines. And like, yeah, everything I love. I love astrology. I have wanted to read so much more about Hindu mythology, as I did learn a little bit about it in my anthropology class when I took that a couple semesters ago. It has me very interested. So yes, excited to read this, and the Goodreads link is always down below for you guys to check. Last but not least, we are going to pick a TBR jar pick out of my TBR jar. So if you guys have never seen me do this before, you're brand new to my channel, it's pretty self-explanatory. This has all the titles of my unread books on my TBR in it, and I pick one every single month, or at least I try to, and try to read that by the end of the month. Again, pretty self-explanatory, so let's go ahead and shake this one up and see what we pull out. So I've shaken it up, and let's go ahead and pull a title out. Nothing specific I'm really looking for. I'm open to anything. Just as long as I enjoy the book, that's all that matters. So let's go ahead and go with this one right here. And the title we have chosen is, I expected this to be pulled out, and I don't know why. So let's go talk about it, guys. And the book that I pulled out of my TBR jar for this month, again, I was not surprised about, to say the least, because I kind of expected it, because I've been really having my eye on this book lately, is House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. This is an 800-page book, and I'm already reading The Stand this month, so I have 2 600, 700 plus page long books to read this month. Oh boy, but this was my most anticipated release of 2020, and Sarah J. Maas is my favorite author of all time. So I have no doubt this is not going to let me down. I know I'm going to love it. It is her first venture into adult fantasy. It follows our main character, Bryce, who is half human, half fae. And this is about her revenge plotline. And there's a boy named Hunt who is, I believe, is a fallen angel. It's urban fantasy, which I don't read a ton of, but I mean, I will sell my soul for Sarah J. Maas. I'll read anything she writes. So like, again, I know I'm going to love this. Hopefully it doesn't let me down. I'm excited nevertheless. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what you guys plan on reading in the month of September, as I would love to know. And as always, all my social media links are linked down for you guys to check out if you'd like to follow me on any of those. And all being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you soon for another video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye!